podcast with our host, Sherry from Storehouse Media. Sherry, how are you? Perfect time again to write a book. It's amazing the stories you get and the questions when you first try to start to write a book. And it's always want to cover this topic further because people have questions.
They do. They do. Writing a book is so foreign and it just seems so overwhelming. I mean, you pick up a book and it's 300 pages and you're like, how am I ever going to do this? But once you understand it really isn't there. It's really you're just writing. You'll see that the boogeyman under the bed is just a big dust ball because you'll find that it's just going to be easy. I mean, it's not going to be easy. I mean, anything you do worth having is work, but it's not overwhelming if you break it down into little pieces. And so, your first thing is, of course, you need to have an idea, and if you want it to be fiction or nonfiction, most people, they know that already. They already know that, hey, I want to write a fictional novel, and novels are fictional. They're not true. You make the stuff up. Or I want to write a book about my life, or I want to write a business book on how to lose 12 pounds in 3 days, or something like that. They usually know that, but then once you get that all situated, then you have your next step. So that can be an easy one because that's usually what brings people out into the light of writing book is having a passion to talk about something.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing, a passion to talk about something. And it's really important to write about your passion, not write about something that you might just think is cool right now.
That's right. That's right. And people say, well, write what you know. And that's good advice, except that my thing is, especially in the beginning, write what you're passionate about. People are they're going to catch that passion through those pages, through your words. And passion is super contagious. And so, I tell people I can teach you writing skills all day long, but I'll never be able to teach you passion. That's something that comes from within. And as you're writing, it's expressed in those pages. And then you just don't know who it's going to resonate with or whose eyes it's going to open into something you're passionate about and talking about, writing about.
Right, exactly. And what do you hear from authors when they are writing about their passion and when you're working with them? What types of feedback do you hear when you're first starting the book and the questions they have for you?
Well, there's one question I think is an interesting question, but they want to know, well, should I write it in first person or third person? And my thing is, kind of go with it's your book and go with what you're comfortable with. Now, if you're going to write a memoir or an autobiography, of course, you're probably going to go with your first person. And that enables you to write about what's in your head, everything you see, everything you hear, everything your taste, you get to write about that in your head and you get to write about that with passion and with frustration or whatever it is you're going through. Novels can usually be third person, he, she, it, they, in that because you have characters when you do third person, you're usually able to get into everybody's heads for the most part. How are they feeling? What are they doing? So you get to move from person to person, and that's your third person. So writing a memoir, writing an autobiography, first person's really good. I do know somebody who's writing a novel in first person because that's what they feel comfortable doing. And okay, we can do that. Let's make it work. So that's one of the questions. A second question they do, it's like, I just don't even know where to start. And that's uh, that's always a really uh, important question. Like, how do you even start to get there? And again, come up with the idea, and your next step is put together a template. What do you want to talk about? Break it down, and then fill in the blanks on that template, and just write. Don't stop to check something out, to research something, to check the spelling. Is this sentence correctly? Don't worry. Just write, write, write until you get that out. Then we'll go back and we'll look at all these little nuances and maybe we need to research something more, but let's just get it out, the whole book. And then we go back and we take care of all the little things.
And those little things that they are the final part, but the passion has to be there. And people have to read through the pages that they know that this person is an expert on something or is really communicating something that they've really put the time and effort into.
And that's right. And I'm glad you brought the time and effort up, because you want to write a book, you want to do it good. And you got to remember that that's going to be in writing, and it's going to be out there forever and ever and ever. Amen. So you want to make sure that you're going to give it your best effort. And one thing that readers will catch up on, and it will totally drive some of them crazy, is the fact if your book's not edited. Your cousin in high school, she's really good in English, whatever. No, like, do what you can to get it professionally edited. That shows you more time, more actually seriousness in what you're doing, and a lot more appreciation from your readers that you took that extra step to put something in writing that's professionally written, and all the mechanical, your punctuation, usage of words and stuff are on the right place.
All right. The best place to go is storehousemediagroup.com and schedule a call with Sherry today. Appreciate it, Sherry.
Thank you, Neil.
All right. That was a special simulcast Neil Hay Show and the Storehouse Media Group.